Hello everyone, I'm Vijaya from Vijayaacademics. This is the part number 2 related to the secondary curriculum 2024-25. In this, I'll be going to discuss about the scheme of studies. Let us see what is there in this. Subjects to be offered, class 9th and 10th is a composite course. Students therefore should take only those subjects in class 9 which they intend to continue in class 10. Subjects can be offered as under. So you are going to keep in mind whatever the subjects you are taking in 9th, you are going to carry forward all those subjects in grade 10th also. So let us see in details language 1, Hindi course A or course B, or English, language and literature or English communicative. This is your group L. Language second, anyone from the group of languages. That is group L. Mathematics, basic or mathematics standard, group A1. Science, group A1. Social science, group A1. Optional subjects, skill subject, another subject from A2, group SA2, language third, any subject from A2, group L, A2. And for internal assessment, compulsory subjects are art education, health and physical education, and work experience. In this way, total 9 subjects are there. 5 subjects, those subjects are related to your academics. 2 subjects are optional. Then 2 subjects are for internal assessment, and these are compulsory, and internal assessment will be at school level only. The board examination in mathematics is held at 2 levels in class 10. However, it is not be applicable to the internal assessment than in mathematics at the school level in class 10. For details, please refer circle number academic 03-2019. It may be noted that the students who are opting mathematics basic will have the option of taking applied mathematics 241 as an elective at class 11th senior secondary, though they may not be permitted to take mathematics 041 at senior secondary level. However, a student who has opted mathematics standard can offer any one of the 2 available mathematics at senior secondary level. If a student fails in any one of the 3 compulsory subjects, that is science, mathematics, and social science, and passes in the skill subjects offered as the 6th optional subject, then that subject will be replaced by the skill subject, and the result of 10th board examination will be computed accordingly. So try to understand this second point. If student fails in these subjects, science and mathematics and social science, anyone, then whatever the skill-based subjects are offered as 6th optional subjects, then that subjects will be replaced by the skill subject. And the result of the class 10 board examination will be computed accordingly. So, optional subjects are also important. If a student fails in any language subject out of first 5 subjects, the same will be replaced by the language taken as the 6th subject in case of no skill subject offered, or as 7th subject optional, provided that he or she has passed this language, and after replacement, either Hindi or English remains the past language in the first 5 subjects. It is expected that all the students should have studied 3 languages up to class 8. Those students who could not clear the 3rd language in class 8 and have been promoted to class 9 shall be examined by the concerned schools at the end of class 9 in the same syllabus and textbooks as prescribed for class 8. Those who are still unable to clear the 3rd language at the end of the class 9 may be given another opportunity in class 10. No student shall be eligible to appear in the secondary school examination at the board at the end of class 10 unless he has passed in the third language. However, SWSN are exempted from the study of third language. Either Hindi or English must be one of the two languages to be studied in class 9th and 10th. Hindi and English can also be offered simultaneously. In Hindi, two courses have been provided for class 9th and 10th, keeping in view the varying backgrounds of the sub students, and a student may either opt for Hindi A code 002 or Hindi B code 085. Similarly, English can also be offered at two levels of English language and literature 184 and communication English 101. However, a language cannot be offered simultaneously at the two levels, such as Hindi Course A and Hindi Course B, or English language and literature and English communicative, etc. Students offering additional 6 skill subjects may also offer an additional language, third, any subject at 7 subjects. Out of the 3 subjects, computer application code 165, information technology code 1402, artificial intelligence code 417, only one can be offered. A combination of any of these subjects is not permitted. Board is extending several exemptions, concessions to candidates with disabilities as defined in the Rights of Person with Disabilities Act 2016. Exemptions, concessions extended to persons with benchmark disabilities for class 10th and 12th examinations conducted by the board and the secondary operating procedures for availing these concessions are available on this is the website given. Schools and candidates may also refer to the circular issued by the board from time to time on this matter. For regional languages, the board prescribes the textbooks being followed in classes 9 and 10 in the respective state boards where the language is taught. Schools are also advised to bring to the notice of the Cbse the changes, if any, brought out at the commencement of the session by the respective state boards in the textbooks of the language of their state. Schools are directed to strictly follow the textbooks prescribed by Cbse in its curriculum. Changes, if any, can be adopted only after Cbse notifies it. Scheme of student for children with special needs. Candidates with disabilities as defined in the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016 have the option of studying one compulsory language instead two subjects, language Hindi, course A, course B, or English, language and literature, or English communication, group L. A language from group L or any one subject from group A1, A2, group S, except automotive. Any one subject from group A1, A2, and group S, except automotive. Any one of subject from group A1, A2, and group S, except automotive. Any one subject from group A1, A2, and group S. Any one subject from group A1, A2, and group S. Language third, any subject other than opted above. Art education, health and physical education, and work experience. This is the list of the subjects offered at secondary level. All these are the languages. Then compulsory subjects, mathematics standard, mathematics basic, science, and social science, having 100 marks. These are the skill-based subjects. Group S, it is being called as out of 3 subjects with code 165, 402, 417, only one subject can be offered. The curriculum and the study material for all the skill elective is available on the CBSE academic website under the tab Skill Education and can be accessed through this given link. List of the skill course offered at middle level for classes 6, 7, and 8. This is the list of the skill subject. Instructional time. Instruction time shall be as per the subject selected. Schools must ensure that minimum number of the hours are spent for each subject as specified in the curriculum. The time duration for the subject has been clearly indicated in the syllabus of each subject. However, it is expected that schools will create innovative timetable such as teaching learning only 2 or 3 subjects per day, etc. to ensure that the burden, the bag, and homework are substantially reduced and the classroom transactions are based on experiential processes. Schools may also think of introducing bagless day and same may be incorporated in the timetables. The timetable must also include the mandatory periods for compulsory areas, including health and physical education. Medium of instruction. The medium of instructions in general in all the schools affiliated with the board shall be either be Hindi or English for classes 9th and 10th. Now we are going to see structure of assessment scheme. The assessment scheme will have an 80 marks component for board examination class 10 and annual examination class 9 in all subjects except compulsory subjects to be assessed internally along with a 20 marks component of internal assessment. Students have to secure 33% in total in each of these components. This condition has been relaxed with notification number Cbse. This is the website given. As the board is progressively allowing more space to learning outcomes-based assessment in place of textbook-driven assessment, question papers of board examination have more question based on real-life situation requiring students to apply, analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information as per the stipulated outcomes. The core competencies to be assessed in all questions, however, will be from the prescribed syllabus and textbooks recommended therein. This will eliminate predictability and rote learning to a large extent. Board examination for class 10 and annual examination class 9 for 80 marks for class 10. The board examination each subject will cover entire syllabus for class 10. Grades corresponding to the marks shall be on the basis of 9 points grading system. Grades will be awarded in each scholastic subject. For awarding the grades, the board will put all the past students in a rank order and will award the grades as follows. A-win, top 1/8 of the past candidates. A2, next 1/8 of the past candidates. B-win, next 1/8 of the past candidates. B2, next 1/8 of the past candidate. C-win, next 1/8 of the past candidates. C2, next 1/8 of the past candidates. D-win, next 1/8 of past candidates. D2, next 1/8 of the past candidates. E, essential repeat. Minor variations in proportion of candidates to adjust ties will be made. In case of a tie, all the students getting the same score will get the same grade. If the number of the students at a score point need to be divided into 2 segments, the smaller segment will go with the larger. Method of grading will be used in subjects where the number of the candidates who have passed is more than 500. In respect of subjects where total number of candidates passing a subject is less than 500, the grading would be adopted on the pattern of grading and distribution in other similar subjects. For class 9, the assessment scheme will be similar to class 10 board examination. However, the grading in class 9 will be as follows: 91 to 100 A1, 81 to 90 80, A2, 71 to 80 B1, 61 to 70 B2, 51 to 60 C1, 45 to 50 C2, 33 to 40D. Absolute grading in the class 9 is used keeping in view the number of the students appearing from any particular school as against positioning grading used for class 10. Internal assessment is for 20 marks. One-time year-end examination is complemented and supplemented with internal assessment IA that assess students in diverse manner at different times and also examines a broad range of curriculum objectives. Internal assessment, in effect school-based assessment, plays the dual role in providing a complete picture of students' abilities or progress towards fulfilling the aim of education and informing teachers of students' progress and therefore supporting classroom learning. It also informs the individual learners about her progress over a period of time, enabling them to develop strategies to improve learning. Periodic assessment for 5 marks. The main purpose of periodic assessment is to assess the learning progress of students. Such assessment done at regular intervals provides feedback and insights to teachers regarding learners' needs and helps them to improve instruction, to do remedial teaching and set curricular targets for a student or a group of students. The feedback also helps students to know their errors as well as strengths and weaknesses. The student thus are enable a better learning and setting up realistic goals. In essence, this is assessment for of and as learning. Periodic assessment is further divided into the following. Periodic test, 5 marks. As earlier, this would be restricted to 3 in each subject in a year, and the average of best 2 would be taken for final submission of marks. These tests tend to follow a pattern which is quite similar to the final end of the course examination and have a gradual increasing portion of content. Hence, they also tend to prepare students' final summative exam in a more confident manner. Multiple assessment, 5 marks. Over the course of the curriculum transition, multiple assessment strategies are advised. Subject teachers will determine the type of frequency. School teachers will be able to use multiple and the diverse assessment techniques to assess learners. That is, observation, oral test, individual or group work, class discussion, field work, concept map, graphic organizer, visual representation, etc. Hence, the schools are given autonomy to use alternate modes of assessment as per the demand of the subject and the context towards addressing the goal of assessment for and as learning, such as quizzes, project work, self and peer assessment, collaborative projects, experiments, classroom demonstrations, etc. Caution must be exercised to ensure that recording such assessment is not cumbersome and can be easily translated into individual student scores. When choosing a particular technique, developing simple scoring criteria and rubrics become equally important. The purpose of periodic assessment is to provide feedback to improve teaching and learning. So it is equally important to use follow-up measures when students are found to be lacking proficiency. Portfolio, 5 marks. A portfolio is a collection of chosen work by a student representing a selection of performances. It is a tool for assessing a variety of skills not usually testable in a single setting other traditional written paper and pencil test. Portfolio helps students gain an awareness of their own learning. Peer assessment is a great support that facilitates a clear understanding and evaluation of personal goals. The active role that students plays in self-assessment not only motivates them but also helps develop metacognitive skills, which enables them to make adjustments. The creation portfolios is suggested to both broaden the scope of learning and achieve diverse curriculum outcomes by examining a range of evidence of student performances being assessed. The portfolio may take the form of a journal or a notebook that would include students' artifacts selected along with their reflections. Learner Here is an active participant involved in constructing his or her journey through the portfolio building process of selecting, organizing, and reflecting. It is suggested that the portfolios would include classwork and homework assignments that would help evaluate learners' progress. The attention should be to promote techniques such as annotation, identification of keywords, topics, themes, summarization, and organization of ideas and content, photos, presentation, assignments, art integrated learnings, etc. Developing them should not be a burden on students both in terms of cost and time. Assessing portfolios, students' portfolios can be effectively evaluated using a simple scoring rubrics. The criteria to be used in determining the quality of a particular student's portfolio needs to be carefully developed and shared with students. The key elements of the particular criteria need to be specified as well. Suggested below are some elements to judge students' portfolio. Elements to judge students' portfolio: organization, neatness, creativity, and visual appeal. Completion of guided work focused on specific curricular objectives, evidence, evidences of students' growth, inclusion of all relevant work, that is, completeness. Subject enrichment activities, 5 marks. Subject enrichment activities aim at enrichment of the understanding and the skill development of students. They provide in depth learning that motivates students to dig deeper into the discipline. They enrich These enrichment activities need to challenge students and permit them to apply knowledge to the next level. They ought to provide opportunity to students to explore their own interest as well as an understanding of the nature of particular discipline. Some suggestions for conducting these activities are as follows. Language provide an ample space and the autonomy to subject teachers to develop relevant listening and the speaking skills. Teachers need to use this opportunity to full advantage and use excerpts from relevant suitable literature to develop vocabulary and heighten students' awareness and sensitivity. The specified activities in practical work in science and mathematics need to be conducted in congruence to the objectives of the subject. The focus must shift from confirmatory nature of lab experiments to exploration that focus on development of science processes. Students need to be encouraged to raise questions, generate hypotheses, experiment, innovative, innovate and find solutions to question problems encountered. Social science being the subject relevant to social context, activities, and the projects in this area should be related to society, socio-economic, and environmental problems, political theory, and art and culture. I may also include development of life skill. Art education constitutes curricular activities for the development of the wholesome personality of the children, aesthetic sensibilities, and respect for social values and cultural heritage. It encourages learners to develop creative expression, sharpens keen observation, and develop a sense of organization and order. Exploring into ideas and meaning to the works of artists, experts, writers, poets, the students will develop imagination and critical awareness. Students may select one from each from the visual arts, drawing, painting, murals, collage, crafts, sculptures, etc., and performing arts, dance, music, drama, puppetry, and folk art forms. Children's participation in activities, competitions form the basis of assessing the students. Health and physical education, sports, self-defense, yoga, NCC, etc. Focus on of this area of curriculum is on health, hygiene, and sanitation. Work experience, indigenous sports, yoga, NCC, self-defense, fitness, and lifestyle choices. Health and physical activities, preferably sports, must be given one regular period per day. Students should be provided opportunities to get professionally trained in the area of their interest. Indigenous sports, yoga, NCC must be encouraged in the schools. Similarly, self-defense may be actively taught to the students, especially girl students, as it instills confidence and empowers them. The teacher should ensure that the students get opportunity to participate in activities of their choice and help them in identifying and nurturing their talents and gain confidence. The physical education teacher will maintain the record of all the health and the physical education activities, competitions that each of the each children participate in. The comprehensive school health manuals, 4 volumes brought out by Cbse, could be referred for detailed information, and the graded activities could be taken up as part of the curriculum in school. Qualified doctors should examine children annually, along with a follow-up session during the year to address the health aspect of HPE. School should also bring any noticeable disabilities in a children to the notice of school counselor and parents. Cases of special needs of the students with medical history must be carefully noted and handled accordingly. Detailed information on the comprehensive physical and the health education curriculum is enclosed with this document. Assessment for art education and health and physical education. Assessment of art education and health and physical education may be continuously done by collecting information, reflecting on, and using that information to review children's progress and to plan future learning experiences. The documented data after interpretation should be reflected in the report cards of the children in the form of grades. In the existing scheme of assessment, these activities will be graded on a 5-point grading scale, A to E. For classes 9th and 10th will be have no descriptive indicators. The students shall be assessed on 2 areas, that is art education, health and physical education. Work experience is subsumed in the physical and health education. No upscaling of grades will be done. The concerned teacher will make an objective assessment of the level of performance, participation demonstrated by a student throughout the year, and finally assign grades. Parameter of assessment. While the students are engaged in the core areas like health and physical education, art education, the process is as important as the product. Hence, the assessment in these areas should take account of both the aspects. The basis of assessment has been suggested as follows. Health and physical education, including work experience or overall fitness, participation, team spirit, commitment, and honest effort. Art education, expression, creativity, and aesthetic appeal. Participation, creative process, material use, appreciation, reflection, efforts, craftsmanship, and completion. Details of 5-point grading for art education. A is exemplary, B is proficient, C is developing, D is emerging, E is beginner. A description of periods grades for internal assessment in health and physical education. Games, athletic swimming, team, games, individual games, activities, adventure sports, 90 periods while filling online data. Following grades may be filled against HPE. Class 9 and 10, grade A to E on 5-point scale A, B, C, D, E. Health and fitness, 50 periods. Seva, 50 periods. Grades of Seva is considered against work experience class 9th and 10th. Grade A to E on 5-point scale A, B, C, D, E. Health and activity card. Development of competencies through student enrichment activities. In the recent past, the board has been organizing various activities for promoting various 21st century skills. Following are some activities introduced with the intention of enhancement of the skill and values. Storytelling competition, reading week, budding authors, fastest reading contest. Which skills are being enhanced? Thinking skills, creative, analytical, evaluative, communication skills, linguistic skills. Aryabhatta Ganit challenge, reasoning abilities, problem solving, critical thinking, analytical thinking, ability to manipulate precise and intricate ideas, ability to construct logical arguments. CBSE Heritage India quiz, values of respect for diversity and tolerance, awareness about preserving Indian heritage and monuments, critical thinking skills, appreciation for rich heritage and diversity of the country. Science exhibition, science literacy promotion test, critical and creative thinking, problem solving skills, scientific temperament, connecting science to day-to-day life. Expression series, creative thinking skills and communication skills, eco club activities, Swachhata Abhiyan, awareness about environment and conservation and the protection, Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat, Rashtriya Ekta Divas, inter-school and competition, spirit of patriotism and unity creative skills, Fit India School Week, CBSE inter-school sports and games competitions, International Day of Yoga, healthy lifestyle. Matribhasha Divas, awareness of linguistic, cultural tradition, values of tolerance and dialogues, communication skills. The Constitution Day, importance of Constitution, its history, structure and applications to citizens, orientation to composite culture and diversity of our nation, awareness of fundamental rights and duties, and enshrined in the Indian Constitution. Art integrated project, application of art-based inquiry, investigation and exploration, critical thinking and creativity for a deeper understanding of the concepts, topics, promotes experiential learning as it enables to derive meaning and understanding directly from the learning, enables students to see the multidisciplinary linkage between subjects, topics, and real life. Schools are encouraged to ensure that the students participate in these activities of the board for making students future ready and also becoming a holistic learner. Suggestions for teachers. A teacher is expected to achieve at least all the stipulated class level learning outcomes in her students. Teachers feel accountable for the progress of her students and act with the utmost honesty and integrity. They must constantly do self-assessment of their subject knowledge and skills and strive hard to keep them up to date in this area. Teachers may regularly visit CBSE website for latest updates and must participate in a minimum of 50 hours of annual capacity building programs at different levels. Teachers are required to work with their other teachers and parents in the best interest of their students and need to set high expectation to motivate and challenge students and help students to reflect on their progress. Carefully go through the curricular aims and learning outcomes as stipulated in the National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage 2020 National Curriculum Framework for Secondary Classes. Analyze the needs of our students and innovate or improvise to address this need in the best possible manner and facilitate the inculcation 21st century skills in our students. Ensure a safe and conducive environment for students as per the statutory provision mentioned in the affiliation bylaws of CBSE. Follow inclusive practices for students in varying backgrounds. Lead by example by demonstrating constitutional values, positive attitude, and behavior. Help the principal in formulating an annual pedagogic plan and prepare and teach by using well-structured lesson plans. Also follow the statutory provisions of instructional time and directions by CBSE regarding experiential and joyful pedagogy and integrated education. Set homework as per the direction of CBSE and plan other activities to consolidate and extend the knowledge and understanding students have acquired. Study assessment framework and other resources to make accurate and productive use of competency-focused formative and summative assessment. Regularly conduct a formative assessment to assess the effectiveness of her teaching and use relevant data to monitor progress, set target, and plan subsequent lessons. Provide students regular feedback and encourage them and their parents to respond to their feedback. Use effective classroom management skills to ensure a conducive learning environment. Treat student with dignity and use proper discretion in line with statutory provisions like RTA Act, POCSO, CBSE affiliated bylaws, guidelines of NCPCR, etc. maintain high standards in their own attendance and punctuality, and perform duties assigned by CBSE from time to time. Values, education, and life skill. Constitutional and universal values should also be encouraged among students. Hygiene, sanitation, dedication, honesty, truthfulness, kindness, empathy, respect for the environment, elders, and all living things, etc., are the values that our students must actively practice. Parents may also support schools in cultivating discipline behavior in their wards. Class teacher will grade the students on a 5-point scale, A to E, keeping in view overall attendance, sincerity, values, and behavior of the students. Value education resource book and kit developed by CBSE may be used for inculcating values in students. Similarly, schools endeavor to inculcate life skills and 21st century skills as per the directions and the material developed by CBSE. Rules regarding admission and examination. Regarding eligibility for admission, eligibility for examination, scheme of examination, and related information, please see the examination bylaws CBSE available on www.cbse.nic.in. So this is all about curriculum for secondary and senior secondary 2024 and 25. Thank you for watching my channel. If you are new to my channel, uh, please like and subscribe it and keep updating yourself. This channel is specially for all my dear teachers. Please keep updating yourself. Thank you. Thanks a lot.